In the meantime, the Biden administration overhauling Title IX regulations. The new rules expand protection for pregnant students, campus sexual assault victims, and LGBTQ students. Education Secretary Miguel Cardona addressing these new changes.
For more than 50 years, Title IX has opened doors for generations of girls and women. This landmark civil rights law promises that no person should experience sex discrimination, sex-based harassment, or sexual violence in federally funded education.
With that, we bring in Independent Women's Law Center Director May Mailman. May, welcome. Good to have you with us. Explain what this means on college campuses as far as you see it.
Yeah, it's not the nice thing that the education secretary thinks that it means. What this means is taking away opportunities for women. So Title IX was created more than 50 years ago to give women opportunities on campus. Women couldn't have certain majors. They had curfews. They faced all sorts of barriers. They couldn't play many types of sports. And instead of respecting what Title IX means, which is giving women equal opportunities, this now means that men who identify as women can take those opportunities from women. So now, because you have to treat people in accordance with their gender identity, men have access to women's locker rooms, to women's bathrooms, to women's scholarships, and yes, to women's athletics, even though the Biden administration says that that's not the case. It obviously is the case if you treat sex as equivalent to gender identity.
Yeah, they sort of craftily left out the ban against, money going to against banning transgender women in sports, I should say. But the definition is so broad, as we just heard from the education secretary, that it's easy to see how it could be applied under this. Here's what Riley Gaines says about how she sees the administration trying to play both sides here. Watch.
What he was doing was winking at normal, sane people saying, hey, we're with you, but also winking at the progressive left saying, hey, we're with you. In doing that, really standing on the fence, we know that this is a way to alienate both sides. This really isn't a battle of red versus blue. Really what this is sane versus insane, really moral versus evil.
May, your take on that?
She's exactly right. So by trying to have it both ways, the Biden administration isn't just winking and nodding. They are lying. They are saying that women can still have their sports. But the Biden administration has gone into courts and said that Title IX, the law, demands that women give up their spots for men. And so if that's what the Biden administration is telling federal courts that Title IX means, they cannot come out here and say that women can continue to have their sports. Plus, part of the big issue with women's sports is the privacy in the locker room. As we know from Riley's story, from Paula Scanlon's story, a lot of other women have experienced men having to be exposed to male genitalia in the locker room.
May Mailman, thank you very much. Good to have you with us today, May.
Thanks, Martha.